Welcome to this career development webinar, Networking, How to Make Key Connections. Thank you so much for watching this presentation. It says a lot about your disposition, wanting to improve your professional development and strengthening your personal and professional brand. My name is Maxine Todd with the Business Career Center here at UHD. And for the next few minutes, here are some of the learning outcomes that we hope to achieve today. What is networking? Why networking is important, who to network with, how to network, and examples of networking and how to do outreach. We know it can be daunting to think about building a professional network as an undergraduate or even a graduate student. But the reality of the situation is that building a professional network will likely open many doors and possibilities for you. And most importantly, the sooner you start to network, the sooner you can start gaining additional knowledge and skills to help you do your job better or get that new job you want. What is networking? Well, keeping it simple, it's who knows you, what you know about them, and what they know about you. Networking is about maintaining relationships with people, which may lead to mutually beneficial exchange in the future. Typically, the result of the exchange will influence one's professional development, translating, opening up an opportunity that leads to a rewarding career. Why should we network? Well, you know, networking is the best way to find a job because people conduct business primarily with people they know and they like. Resumes and cover letters alone are often too impersonal to convince employers to hire you. You need more than that. Job listings tend to draw piles of applicants, which puts you in an intense competition pool with many, many others. Networking makes you a recommended member of a much smaller pool. The job you want may not be advertised at all. Networking leads to information and job leads, often before a formal job description is created or a job is announced. Your network has multiple levels. So when you think about who do I network with, the sky's the limit. Your immediate network includes the people you know directly, either in person or via social networks. You also can access the people they know as part of your extended network. In other words, your brother's boss, your neighbor's professor, or your college friend's accountant. They're all in your network too. Don't forget, each network links you to another network of potentially untapped contacts. So think about your network, your family and friends, the folks you know on social media and LinkedIn, for example, everybody that you've ever worked with, your colleagues at school, some of the fellow students that you go to class with, people you know from church, anyone via your student organization network. We have about 10 student organizations here in the College of Business. People that you've met while doing your hobby, military contacts, even your hairdresser or your barber, they're all part of your network. Having a personal connection at an organization can really make or break your chances of landing a job. So here we've put together tips to help you build your professional network. The first tip is to join organizations, whether they be a professional organization related to your industry of interest, a sports club, or a volunteering activity. Remember, as I mentioned, we have up to 10 student organizations here at UHD's College of Business. Check in with the Career Center. We'll share more information with you. These are all great opportunities to meet people outside your typical social circle who might be able to expose you to new job opportunities. The second tip is to schedule informational interviews. And we'll share with you more about how to do that in just a moment. But remember, reaching out to alumni via LinkedIn and asking to set up an informational interview with them is very, very helpful. In one of those interviews, you can learn about the person's job, their company, and the industry as a whole. This is a really great way to do some exploratory research and maybe even find out about a new job listing. The third tip is to reconnect. Don't forget about your former coworkers and your managers. They could be a great resource for you and vouch for you if you ever need a reference down the road. And another benefit is that they know you very well, so they may be able to come up with a job opportunity that would be a strong fit for your skill set. And the fourth tip is to attend events, whether they be virtually or face-to-face, coffee chats, career fairs that we produce through the College of Business Career Center, and networking events. These are all really great places to meet new people, and you never know where those connections will lead you. And finally, the follow-up. If you meet somebody at a networking event and have a really great conversation with them, you absolutely need to remember to follow up with them. You never know. Down the line, you might be able to help somebody out with their job and connecting them, and they might be able to return the favor. How to network. Standing out in a sea of resumes can seem merely impossible. So what can job seekers do to set themselves apart and land a job of their dreams? Make connections. A candidate with an in-house recommendation has a significant advantage in getting noticed. So start with who you know. Whether or not it feels like it, you've been networking your entire life, from play dates in kindergarten to after-class chats with college professors. You've been building relationships. Now it's time to leverage those connections. If you're seeking a career in a specific field, talk to your friends. Ask if they know anyone in that field who will speak with you. Email your prior professors. Tell them your career goals and inquire if they have any advice. Sometimes casual conversations with people you know lead to great things. Second, find common ties. Not everyone is fortunate enough to have strong connections through their families or their past. Even those who do may not have connections in their specific fields, but you can still leverage your life experiences and accomplishments. Use common bonds, such as school, activities, athletics, or a prior employer to find new networks of people. For example, if you're interested in working for a particular company, hop on LinkedIn or call us at our career services office and see if anyone from your alumni organization may be able to help you that might work there. You can then message that person directly. Introduce yourself as a fellow alumnus and ask if they'd be willing to speak about their experience at that company. Thirdly, get social. For those who work best behind a computer screen, networking opportunities abound on social media. LinkedIn is an obvious tool that allows you to build a virtual network. Don't stop at merely connecting with people you know. Explore how you can grow your network with the site. Don't limit yourself to LinkedIn either. Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, they're all useful tools for building your own professional brand and for finding new connections. You can search all of the sites for people who may be helpful contacts in your industry. And finally, push yourself. Networking doesn't have to come easy to everyone. Even social butterflies may be unsure how to approach others about career advice. The important thing to remember is that new connections are just people. They were all in your shoes once. Remind yourself how valuable strong relations can be, both in exploring your career field and in the job hunt. Force yourself to get out of your comfort zone. Here are a few ways to start the conversation. Walking into an event or going online to a new presentation or webinar with others where you don't know anyone can feel a bit daunting, but it's a key skill for career success. Here are some tips to help assuage your fears and make sure that you can get a conversation started pretty easily. The first tip is don't hide. Be proactive. One way that many people feel more comfortable in a crowded room or space is by gravitating to one corner. However, this means that people will have trouble finding you. Instead, try to pick out a spot near the center of the room where you'll be able to make eye contact with a lot of people. Be sure to smile and look approachable as well. If you're looking for an opening line, try something along the lines of, "Hi, I'm not sure we've met yet," and then introduce yourself. It's that easy. The second tip is to focus on the other person's feelings. When you get the opportunity to talk to someone, you can break the ice by asking them what they thought about the event, or the venue, or the presentation, or anything that really comes to mind. It does not have to be the best question ever, just something that gets the person talking about how they feel. The rest of the conversation will naturally flow from there. And finally, work on your elevator pitch. At some point, you will be asked to talk about yourself. So you should be prepared with a 30-second story about yourself that you can deliver. Something that covers who you are, what you do, and why you're at the event is perfect. Steve Dalton wrote a powerful resource for all prospective job seekers called the 2-Hour Job Search. He believes the ticket to a great connection is through a 5-point email. On the right-hand side of the screen, we give you a great email example. This is a perfect example of a simple request for an informational interview. Keep it light, direct, and professional. And remember, the 5 points are 100 words or less, no mention of jobs in subject or body. Connection goes first. How are you making this connection? Generalize your interest. Maintain control of the follow-up. Perhaps you're uncomfortable about asking for favors, for example, or embarrassed about your employment situation. Whether your fears are about meeting people or not, try to keep the following things in mind. It feels good to help others. Most folks want to really help you and assist you if they can. People like to give advice and be recognized for their expertise. Almost everyone knows what it's like to be out of work or looking for a job. They'll empathize with your situation. Unemployment can be isolating and stressful. By connecting with others, you're sure to get some much needed encouragement, fellowship, and moral support. Reconnecting with the people in your network should be fun, even if you have an agenda. The more it feels like a chore, the more tedious and anxiety-ridden the process will be. Here are 10 sample questions you should have for an informational interview. Now, I'd like for you to choose 5 questions or research your own, but 5 questions should be plenty that will take up the 15 to 20-minute time frame that you've requested for your informational interview. You may pause this presentation to take some notes. Well, I hope you've enjoyed our presentation on networking, and we hope you will connect with us if you ever need any help with your networking, resume, interviewing, internships and career opportunities, job strategy, personality assessment, and more. We can help you through our Career Center. Here are some of the resources that we provide: job search, networking, and our Gator Hired online job site exclusively for our business Gators. Resume reviews through the VMOC system, mock interviews to help you with your virtual or face-to-face interviewing, career fairs, events, and workshops. Here's how to connect with us. Appointments and walk-ins are available virtually too. You can make an appointment through your Gator Hired account or reach out to us. Our email address is posted at cobcareercenter@uhd.edu. Don't forget to check out our website and our phone number at 713-221-5011. Thank you and continued success, Business Gators. We appreciate you joining us today.